Hi there. Here I'll be showing you Automation Hero's self-service optical character recognition, or OCR feature, to convert images to digital text. You can use OCR Studio to turn forms into data you can actually process. Whether you're dealing with PDFs, JPEGs, or PNGs, you can stop spending time manually digitizing these documents, and you can avoid the risks associated with the human error of rekeying all those forms. We support OCR for all types of documents, including fully unstructured text, semi-structured forms such as invoices or bills, and structured forms. In this demo, we're going to focus on the self-service ease of OCRing structured forms. In the example that we'll be walking through today, we're going to imagine an insurance company that handles workers' compensation claims and needs information from the worker's quarterly federal tax return. Normally, the insurance company would receive these tax forms as PDFs and then manually extract the data needed, which takes too long and results in human error, of course. So let's see how OCR Studio can automatically convert key pieces of information from the tax forms into digital text. First, I go to my OCR Studio. I choose to create a new OCR function and give it a name. And then I'm going to choose my layout template. This is the type of form that I'll be using to configure the OCR function. And you can see it pops up here. So this is that quarterly tax return form that the insurance companies are receiving for their workers' comp claims. And I know right off the bat, I need to capture the person's name. So I'm going to go ahead and create a field to do that. And all I do is draw a box around the area that I want to OCR. In this case, the name. What's nice here is if I'm a little off, I can go ahead in here and resize that a little bit and then give this field a name. In this case, it is the name, and it's single line text, so I click OK. And you can see right away it's processing to show me some results in the preview here. And I now have the field that I just added listed over here in the corner. If I want to add another field, maybe for the checkbox, you can see in the results preview, the name just popped up there. So I can see that it's working and has accurately captured the name. So kind of a small box here. I am wanting to resize that. You can see it's really easy to get it closer to where you want it in this dialog box. And this is the Q1 or quarter one checkbox. Go ahead and configure that and click OK. For the purpose of time, I'm just going to save this. We'll go ahead and wait for that preview to show up so you can see what it looks like, but I will just save this and then we'll look at one that's been completed. So for Q1, it's showing that that was checked and is true. Now let's go look at a version that has been completed more. So same form, but here I've taken a little more time. I have the address, I have all those check boxes, and you can see here in the preview all that information has been accurately converted into digital text. So if I wanted to edit any of these, as an example, I could jump into the street address here, and if it for some reason had been drawn inaccurately or I hadn't captured it correctly the first time, I could do a little resizing if I needed to. All right, now let's go ahead and see how this works in a flow, because you obviously want to start OCRing multiple forms. So now that we have our layout template set up, we can go ahead and do that. Head over into Flow Studio. I have an empty flow here that we can work with. And I'm going to bring in a different quarterly tax return for a different person. I'll just give you a sneak peek at what that looks like. So before we were working with David Matthews' form, this time we're going to work with Ivor Delgado's form to show how the OCR model works on a form with different information in it. So I set up that as an input already, and I'm just going to drop it onto the canvas. Now if I look at the preview data for this form, there's not much there because this is not being read yet. It's still a PDF. It's being perceived as a PDF, so there's no digital text to work with. We need that OCR function to do that. So we go ahead and bring in the OCR function that we already created and wire these up. You can see all those fields that I had set up are there. Press OK. And then let's go ahead and check out the preview data for this. It does take a few seconds to load as it's OCRing all this information, and any slowness can really be contributed to my internet connection rather than the system itself. All right, here we go. We have Ivor Delgado. We have the city that's been extracted. For Ivor, we were dealing with a Q2 form. State has been extracted, street address, and zip code. So all that information was accurately extracted by the OCR function that we made. We could go ahead at this point and have this information write out into a CSV, or you could use this data now to automatically continue processing the workers' compensation claim by adding your business logic to the rest of the flow. In essence, OCR Studio allows you to quickly and accurately capture digital data from your forms and then immediately start processing that information. Thank you for watching this demo. Reach out if you have questions.